Hope everyone's doing well and enjoying your Sunday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Someone reminded me that it was a holiday weekend. Being honest, it had just totally slipped my mind. Um, but the I think Shades of Clarity is the one who said it. Shout out to you. Thanks for watching my videos. I just want to say, if anyone's struggling over this weekend, right, if anyone is going through it a little bit, the way that it was described to me, and this kind of helped me out in my mentality, is like, guys, it's another Monday, it's another Sunday. If you have 30 days sober, if you have 60 days sober, 90 days sober, you've gone through a few Mondays. And if this is your first week sober, well, let this be your first Monday sober. Let this be your first Sunday that's sober. I just say that all to say, like, you know, these holidays can be triggering, and I do want to acknowledge that. Me, I've never really been the party person, so, like, these things don't get to me individually too much, but they do get to people, and I just want to take time to acknowledge that. Just know that there is support for you. There are better ways to be spending. I kind of dread thinking about like spending all of Monday drinking and then having to show up to work on Tuesday hungover. Like that just doesn't seem like the best move for me, at least. And so, what I'm doing this holiday is surrounding myself with people that I love, fellows that I care about, and doing things that I enjoy doing sober. I want to take a moment to thank everyone before too much time gets by me. I want to thank everyone who's been watching the videos and leaving kind comments and supporting and following along, taking time out of their day to listen to what it is I have to say. I'm extremely grateful to all of you. There's a negative self-talk that comes in my head from time to time that I don't have much of value to add to any conversation. And of course, I know that's just a lie that I tell myself. That's not true, but it is something that I think about from time to time. And so I really do appreciate everyone here supporting, everyone here following along. And I want to especially take a moment to thank you, Mr. West, for your kind video about me, for taking the time out of your day to listen to me, and for following along on my journey. I'm a big fan of what it is you have to say. I wish you the best on your engagement, or your upcoming wedding. That's the word. I was gonna say marriage. You're not married yet. I think you're getting married in August. But congratulations on that. I guess, yeah, I wish you the best on your marriage. I wish you the best in your relationship. And what a beautiful thing it is to have a sober relationship, to be able to show up for your significant other in that way and really put in this work, right? So I'm proud of you for that. And I wish you the best on that. And I'm honored and humbled that my video made you feel compelled to share and get vulnerable, by sharing a story of your own with me. That means a lot. So thank you, Mr. West, and thank you to everyone who's been supporting. Thank you. I want to talk today. Over the past few weeks now, I've been slowly upgrading my wardrobe and maybe spending a little bit too much money on clothes. I don't know. I mean, the only way out is through. The only way to do it is to spend some money on it. But I've been just upgrading my wardrobe and kind of caring more about my appearance, right? Like, I guess I'll share this story, Near the end of my drinking, and more so into my early sobriety, and my sobriety I say early sobriety, it started really around my 30 days, or maybe my first 60 days that I started doing this like more often. But it started near the end of my drinking, and carried up until a month ago. I was just wearing shoestring belts. I would wear shoestring belts to like keep up my pants, you know? And at first, when I was drinking, I was like, oh, this is cool. I was like, this is cool. This is the way to go. This is hip or whatever, right? And I guess, I don't know. I mean, if that's what you like, that's what you like. I thought I liked it at the time. And then, like, when I was in the sober living, I didn't have a belt. And so shoestring belts were kind of what I resorted to. And then that became my new normal. And that's just kind of what I was doing for so long. And I think at one point, I just looked at myself and I realized I have too much self respect to be wearing a shoestring belt every day. Like, I need to get an actual belt, right? So I went out and I got a belt, right? And then I started looking at like my pants and I was like, you know, most of these don't really fit. And like some of them I need to patch up, or like some of them I would wear on my fixed gear bike that doesn't have the chain ring doesn't have like a guard on it. So it's just like the crank and then the chain and the teeth of that gear. So like a common thing for fixed gear riders is like you gotta like roll up your pants a special way or they'll get snagged and get ripped in the chain. And like some of my pants have that issue, you know, and some of them are like just kind of, yeah, like the waist is too large, or like even just the pants are like super baggy. And I just started looking at these different things in my wardrobe and I was just kind of like, you know, I need to change this. Like I need to change this, right? Something I was always told, I think really over the past few years as my care for appearance started to sort of slip and I just started not really caring about anything. Something I was told a lot here at home was like, you know, you need to be clean. You need to show up respectful or no one's going to respect you. Like something like that. You know, you gotta have respect for yourself or no one's going to respect you. And like my first reaction to that when I was drinking was like, well, if you're not going to respect me, then I don't want your respect. If you're not going to, you know, have that decency for me, then I won't have that decency for you. It was like, I don't respect anyone who doesn't respect me. And so it's like, you know, my first reaction to that was like, if you're not going to respect me, I don't want your respect. Like it was just total pride of like, I don't want the respect from anyone who doesn't just inherently look at me and respect me, you know? Or it's like, I'm not going to respect you if you don't respect me first, you know? And it was just like this total like pride, ego, like I don't know how else to describe it except that, right? And I think sometime along in my sobriety, you know, I developed like a self-respect, like a respect for myself, you know, and then I started once I really developed that, like I started showing that in just other areas in my life, right? Like I was talking about my car, you know, and I washed it this morning, and I was talking to my dad about it. I was like, you know, like it was only really dirty for like maybe 2 days or so. But like those 2 days were kind of hard on me. I was kind of like driving around like it was I think I mentioned it, like I parked it under a tree. It was just covered in bird poop, and it wasn't covered, but like there was some bird poop on my window and like the driver's side window, and then like a few pieces of bird poop on like the rear passenger side. And like, dude, I just had a hard time driving that around. I was like, bro, like this car just looks dirty. Like the hood was kind of dirty too, and like I was like telling him like, dude, I just felt wrong like pulling up anywhere in that car, you know? Cuz that's a reflection of like me, you know? I cleaned out my car, like it's been hard for me to like do some of those things, you know? Just because of like there's been ongoing circumstances here at home, other situations happening that, you know, some of you know about, like I've spoken about in a video, like, you know, and it's not going to be perfect, but like, it's the progress, not perfection, you know, and that's what I'm striving for. So like when I have the time to, like, I'm gonna get these things done. So my self-respect started showing up in those ways. You know, my self-respect started showing up by me just saying enough is enough. Like, I'm not doing the shoestring belt anymore. Like, I can't do this anymore, right? And like I got a few new hats because the one that I was wearing I would just wear into oblivion and it would be super dirty and just kind of disgusting, and I'm like, dude, I can't have this. You know, I can't show up like this. I'm not showing up proper. And it's certainly a personal thing for me. You know, I'm not trying to push this on anyone else, and I'm not trying to say anything about anyone else except myself. You know, this is all I'm doing, just sharing my experience, sharing my story on here. But like, I want to have clothes that I could feel confident in. You know, I want to have clothes that I could show up proper in. And I guess that's one of the gifts about sobriety. Like, as I continue in my sobriety, I'm just like learning new things about myself. And I'm just like, yeah, you know, I do like these things. Yeah, I do like having a clean room. Yeah, I like having clean bedding, a clean car, clean clothes. You know, in my drinking, I would almost never wash my clothes. Like, I'd get home and either wake up in them the next day, not even remembering that I even got home, or laid down in bed. Like, there were a few times I would just wake up, just not even wake up, just open my eyes and like I'm laying in bed fully clothed. And I'm like, what the fuck? There would be times where I would just like, I could wear like one shirt every day for like a week, you know, or wear like a solid 3 shirts for like 2 weeks. You know, I'm just like wearing one shirt one day, the other shirt the other day, the third shirt the third day, and then just like rotating like that for just so long. Like, so just dirty, disgusting, like no hygiene whatsoever. And you know, that's what drinking does to you, bro. Like, that's what addiction does to you, man. You just stop caring about shit. You stop brushing your teeth. You stop, like, I never stopped showering. That's something I'm proud of. But, like, I would shower and I'd wash my body and then I'd just put on dirty ass clothes. Like, make it make sense, dude. I remember one time, I forget if this was where this was, or, but I remember I puked. You know, I threw up. I drank so much that I threw up, right? Like, common thing, nothing crazy, but like some of the throw up like got on my shirt, you know, and I was just like, damn. And anyway, I like lightly cleaned it off, and then just like I either got home or I was at home when it happened. And then the next day, dude, like I didn't even remember that that was like a dirty, you know, I just threw it on, and then I remember going out and I like looked down at my shirt and I was like, so embarrassed, bro. I was like, this is the same shirt I was wearing yesterday. There's still like shit on it. Just just so demoralizing, so pitiful. You know? So pitiful. And I'm just every day, bro. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, every day, you know, I just thank God. I thank God that I don't live that way no more. You know, I just thank God, man. Like, so happy, dude. I'm so blessed that I don't have to live like that. You know, I'm starting to get things back now. I'm in that process where I'm getting things back. Getting my self-respect back. That's a big thing. And with that self-respect just comes so many different gifts, you know? So anyway, that's all I have to talk about today, you know? Respect yourselves. I think that's something that comes with sobriety. In my addiction, I never respected myself. I never showed up for myself, man. And you know, I had motivations for getting sober, but at the end of the day, like, I realized it had to be, I was told this, you know, I didn't come to this realization. I was told this, and then I realized it later on to be true. You know, you got to do this for yourself. Like, I had to do this for myself, you know, because the things I wanted, rebuilding of family relationships, you know, trust, better relationships, the things I wanted, like mental clarity, a better state of mind, the things I wanted, like to have a job and be able to hold it down, to have money, to get a car, like clothes, like all these things, like whatever it is, whatever your motivation is for getting sober, like, oh, my parents kicked me out, my family kicked me out, like my wife isn't talking to me, this, that, and the third, like whatever it is, dude, like at the end of the day, you got to do it for yourself. Like I had to do it for myself. Like all these reasons, and I think my main reasons were really just I was destroying my own life. Like when I first got sober, I'm thinking back to like what I would have told you. I'm destroying my own life and I'm destroying my family. I probably would have said I'm destroying my family and then I'm destroying my own life, right? And me getting sober, like, and just focusing on myself in that way, takes the stress off of my family. Like in a time like this where like my family's going through a little bit of just like this unknown time, me just being sober and just showing up for myself, like that's just one less thing they got to worry about. And that's one more pillar of support that they have. Yo, Nick, could you go to the grocery store and get these things? Yo, Nick, could you cook dinner? Yo, Nick, we need this, that, whatever. Like, yeah, I got you. You know, take mom out for a walk after work. Yeah, I got you. Like, make her lunch or something. Like, I could do that because I'm sober. You know, rebuilding my own life. Like, bro, like, I don't even want to get into that too much now. I feel like it would just be boastful, for me to share just all the great things. I've already kind of done that a little bit. I hope this video doesn't come off as like me just getting up here and just being like, look at how awesome all my shit is. Yeah, I got this shit on, whatever. Like, no, like, that's just my reality right now. That's just my reality. Like, I never had that reality when I was drinking. Never had that before. So, that's all I have to talk about today. I appreciate you guys listening. Have a great day. I'll probably see you tomorrow. Peace.